Hi, I'm Sammy Demon, and this is an interview with Corey Liberman.
The year was 2000 and either at the end of 2007 or the start of 2008. And a very good friend of mine that I went to graduate school with, she had texted me one day and said, check your email soon because we are going to have a job opening at the college at which I work. Now, I hadn't spoken to her in quite a while. She had graduated about 3 years before me. I had actually never heard of Marymount Manhattan before I found out about this job opening. And interestingly enough, I don't live terribly far from here, and I grew up not terribly far from here. As soon as I heard about the job, I then went onto their website and I Googled about the school and I found out a little bit more about the department. I became really interested in it. Um, I decided to reach out to the person who was hiring, and she seemed pretty interested in the things that I've been doing. I got a call in for an interview, and I had let you know that kind of the rest is history. There was just a feel about this institution that I just really fell in love with. And then I got a call that I was hired, and it was just the more I found out about the kind of courses that I would be teaching and the types of majors that we were offering students, the more I realized that that was exactly what I wanted to do as an instructor.
And what is your current job title?
My current job title is Professor of Communication and Media Arts, but I am also at our college, I am the Director of Assessment.
And what do you find to be the pros and cons of being a professor and being in faculty?
I think that the biggest pro is being in the classroom. I oftentimes say that I learn as much from students as they learn from me. So while I would like to say that it's the impartment of knowledge and my being able to teach students what I have learned through both education and through experience, I love the dialogue that happens in the classroom, whether it's a 100 level like you're in with me or a 400 level thesis class. I just love the dialogic exchange, the exchange of ideas, the exchange of knowledge. I love the freedom to teach classes. One of the best things about Marymount is that we are allowed to, as soon as our chairperson says, let me know the classes that you want to teach next semester, we're allowed to build our own classes. We can tell him, look, I want to teach a class in communication and debate. I want to teach a class in not relational communication, but relationships that have gone bad. So it's just relationships through media. It's just a great opportunity to extend the variety of courses that we are able to teach. There are classes on the books that we have to teach, but then we have the opportunity to just really extend the courses that we are able to and the courses that we want to teach. And in addition to teaching, we are also required to do research. So we're actually out there in the field studying the very things that we are teaching. I think that that's something that not every instructor likes to do, but I find it to be really fun. I love to write. I think that writing and the fact that my sister busts my chops all the time, that I'm only in the classroom, 9 hours a week, and I'm only on campus 3 days a week. But some people who are not in higher education don't realize that there's so much in addition to teaching that we're doing, writing being one of them. And I just love to write. What are the cons? It's very difficult. In the pre-survey, I had said that I would say that the real detriment is the salary. We're not paid what we probably deserve. And I think that if you were to ask anybody across the board, that's really where the issue becomes paramount, is that it's the salary.
Yeah, so is that salary issue something that you're really passionate about and Do you find that there's pushback within that topic, or is it kind of a standstill situation that happens?
There's definitely pushback. I think that at every single faculty council meeting, we meet as a collective faculty at Marymount once every month. And I think that at every single faculty meeting, there is conversation and dialogue about what's called budget and welfare, the relationship between what we're getting and how we are being treated and our overall welfare. So we're putting in so many hours and we're being asked to do so many things and so many extra things, but we're not getting, we'll just call it the financial incentives. And while these raises are oftentimes 1%, 2%, or 3%, just the fact that we are getting the raise is indicative of, okay, the administration and the board are realizing how crucial faculty are to the institution. The argument there then is we need to pay them better. We need to give them some sort of incentives, whatever those incentives might be.
Just the last question, do you have a specific interesting experience or turning point while being a professor?
Turning points are oftentimes accomplishments, I think. So for a lot of us, getting tenure and promotion is a big turning point. Winning teaching awards. So I've won 3 teaching awards, 2 as the outstanding faculty member here at Marymount, and then 1 at a regional conference where I was nominated as an outstanding faculty member. So it just adds credibility to, if we think we're good instructors and students think we're good instructors, it just helps that we get some outside verification that we're really good instructors, or at least we hope that we're good instructors. A lot of stories about students who really didn't like me and who have stormed out of class and who I spoke to later on. And I think some of the stories about students who really have struggled in their educational pursuits, and whether they didn't like education or didn't like me, and I then got them back onto the road to success, that's something I really enjoy. Students at Marymount, by and large, they do have trouble over their 4 years. Whether it's just academically they've fallen off the wagon, whether it's emotionally they've fallen off the wagon, whether it's financially, and they'll oftentimes come to faculty as advisors for some help. I think it's really impactful when you're able to get them back onto the course and you see them graduate. This past fall semester, I saw somebody graduate who retook my class 3 times. 3 times. And it was the 100 level class. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Right? That you can't pass. And when he finally walked across the stage, sorry, it wasn't fall, it was spring. I got up and I walked out of 80 faculty members and I gave him a big hug as he walked across the stage. And it just felt really good. Like, these are the things where you think about student success and excitement, and that was a really, really, really good moment in my life.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.